Welcome, everyone. I'm super excited for tonight because we have our very own Miss Wyman on the call. It's Miss, right? Yeah. um, I'm really excited because she's going to talk to us tonight about social media and kind of telling your story on social media. For those of you who don't know Tara, she's a current-ish Microsoft project manager.
Actually, so I quit my job at Microsoft 6 months ago to focus on Beachbody full time. But as of today, I actually accepted a contract to go back.
Cool.
So
So
corporate-ish works, yeah.
She's corporate-ish still, and has been doing this business a while. And I really have always admired how she builds it and how hard she works and how much of a hustle she has behind it. She definitely brings that corporate climber attitude into Beachbody and just that tenacity. And I always appreciate all of her spreadsheets and how organized she is and just how consistent she is with everything. And I just really like her social media. So I think she does a really good job at explaining how to craft your story and kind of how to make it about your 5 topics. You can go into your accolades, but I know you've been Success Club hitting it hard. I know she's done it for at least, is it 12 months, 24 months? I don't know. Girl hits Success Club all the time. She does what she's supposed to do. She shows up consistently. And I believe you've been a coach for about 3.5 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I'll let her kind of tell you about herself and her story, but I'm just so grateful that you took the time to talk to us, and we're all really excited to hear from you. So take it away, girlfriend.
Thank you. Sorry, my TV turned on its own. I'm still learning these new TVs. So it's all good to go. But thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I have to say there is no greater compliment to me than to be asked to talk about social media, because coming into this business, that was the one thing that I struggled with the most. I had no idea how to navigate social media. Every time somebody I talk to about coaching says, well, I just don't post on social media, that was me. The only time I posted on social media before coaching was when I was griping about sports or I was traveling. Only time. If I was talking smack about football, okay. But if I was traveling, okay. But other than that, I never talked on social media. I never shared what was going on. So, and it's something that I struggled with in the beginning of my business and really held me back because I didn't know how to share my story. And I feel like now I really have a good understanding of how to go about that. So I love it when people want to know, because everybody learns it in their own time. So I'm going to talk to you guys first about how I run my Instagram, the big picture, but then I'm also going to break down how I actually do my posts. So, because I'm somebody, I'm very type A project manager. As Tanya told you, I've worked at Microsoft and in the tech industry for 7+ years. I actually quit my job last summer to focus on coaching full time and to write a book, which I haven't really posted about on social media. So, but do a few things. And I've had a few offers coming around to go back on short-term contracts to Microsoft. So it's something that I'm doing. And so that's the reason I tell you my story, is because I believe my story and my background greatly impacts how I post on social media and the way I post and who I post to, because I think that it's not just important to be able to convey your story, but it's how you tell it, how you show who you are, the way you do your pictures. So first and foremost, one of the things that I learned that I think is just the best, biggest picture explanation of how to run Instagram. Obviously, I post everything that I post on Instagram on Facebook too, but I build my business predominantly through Instagram now. So I'm going to talk about how I post on Instagram and how I build my business on it. The way I run Instagram is I know Danielle Natoni mentioned this on the Fit Foundation call that she did recently, but the way I run my Instagram is very much how Chalene Johnson and Danielle Natoni and all these people have talked about. The way I post publicly on Instagram, I do mystery marketing. I talk about the big picture of coaching. I talk about what's possible. I don't mention products. I don't post stock photos. I post pictures of me. I post a type of stuff that I post to the girl that I was before I started coaching, and even to the girl that I am now. Like, I post to every stage of the process from the day I signed up until now. Like, I post to that girl, and I post the themes, the big picture, the things that I relate to, because I think that it's better to post a big picture and why people would be interested. I focus on the why, not the what. So my public posts are the why. Mystery marketing, talking about the why, and then my Insta stories are the what. And I get very specific. I talk about Energize, I tag Beachbody Performance Line, I talk about Shakeology, I talk about my challenge groups, I talk about